Before I get on this judge who has let one rapist after the next walk free, I want to go to Ashley Boastert. Ashley, I do not know how you put one foot in front of the other. I know you are dedicated to raising your other children, but if you would, I'd like to take you back to that night that you learned your girl, Maddie, was in the hospital. What happened?
Oh, it was a complete nightmare. I got a call from the hospital stating that she was in critical condition. They didn't tell me a lot of information. I had my parents drive me there because I knew that I wouldn't be able to safely drive myself to the hospital. And immediately when I saw her, I knew that something terrible had happened and that she would she was with our Lord in heaven. So it's been a complete nightmare. The worst possible thing that can happen to anyone happened to my daughter. And not only was she my daughter, but she was my best friend. We did everything together. The best memories I have are spent being her mother. And that's what I have to hold on to every day. That's what gets me out of bed. I'm trying to live as well as I can until I'm reunited with her in heaven.
Ashley, everything that you just said echoes what I feel in my heart, and I think a lot of mothers feel the same way. When I am upset or distressed or even can't sleep, it's like a movie plays in my head of all these wonderful times I've had with John, David, and Lucy, my children. And it, the best years of my life have been the years that I've had with them. You said that night you went to the hospital, and I know that Maddie was still alive when you got there because
Mhm.
you've told me that in the past. But you believe, as you say, she had gone on to our Lord. Why do you say that?
Well, they told me immediately that she was brain dead. So they were keeping her alive. They were keeping her heart beating and pumping her with all different types of medication just to save her organs so that she could be a donor. And we were also waiting for her dad to travel from Florida to be at the hospital. So Maddie was there and she was breathing, but she was not there.
Do you think at any point she came to and knew you were there?
I felt her there, and I knew that something terrible had happened, and it was going to be my mission to fight for her and to honor her and her legacy by helping others, which is what we are trying to do through her foundation.
With me is Maddie's mother, Ashley Boastert. Ashley, when you got to the hospital and you were rushed to her room, did she even look like herself?
No, no. She was extremely swollen. There was tons of blood leaking out of her body. She did not, she's a very tiny, petite little girl. She was 5'1", maybe 100 pounds. Um, and I could tell that it was her, but it definitely, she did not look the same.
What did
I
she
could hold
look
her
like?
hands. I could hold her hands, but I didn't want to look at anything else. I didn't want that image to be in my head. I wanted to remember her the way that she was.
You know, though, Ashley, I never saw my fiance's body after he was murdered.
Mhm.
At the time, I thought that's what I wanted. And sometimes I wish that I had, because for the longest time, I couldn't accept that he had been
Mhm.
killed. So I don't know. I'm just a trial lawyer. I don't know what's right or wrong.